Welcome to Tales from the Switch Roll, where I, Jim, look back at some of the weird and wonderful games from the Nintendo Switch. This time, I duel it out in 1-2 Switch. Released as a launch title for Nintendo Switch on the 3rd of March 2017, it was a first-party game aimed at showcasing the console's Joy-Con's functionality via a series of local competitive minigames. Just one of 10 games available on release day. It was notable for launching as a separate paid-for title rather than a Wii Sports equivalent packing, available both digitally and physically. The game's premise is to get players to face off against each other, rather than staring at the TV across 28 minigames. It's aimed at 2 players, Joy-Con in hand and asked to look each other in the eye before commencing battle. Using motion controls, they must compete in a variety of odd tasks such as boxing, shaving your face, or even milking a cow. Each game utilises the different functionality of the Joy-Cons, though mainly focus on motion controls. Shave showcases this at its best, moving the Joy-Con around your face, shaving off hair. You can't see how you're doing, so you must manically cover all of your jaw as quick as you can. Whoever clears 100% of the hair wins, and then on screen it shows the full progress of both players in a replay. It was pretty funny losing only to then have a complete mustache on the face. It's unusually slack in terms of consistency, particularly for Nintendo. You are constantly needing to remove or add the Joy-Con strap, depending on how brave you are, slowing the playtime down considerably alongside constantly needing to learn or relearn how these simple games work in quite a drawn-out video tutorials. The boxing actually did lead to quite the physical exertion, though without better feedback from the game we were definitely overdoing it. Wizard actually another good one, having the Joy-Con as a wand with 2 spells pushing against each other. Thrusting forward, particularly as a counter-attack, gives you greater strength and for me had decent immersion. The gameplay is solid enough in most places, but the quality and funness of the game varies wildly. It's basically trial and error to figure out which ones you like. Visually the game is all over the place. There's decent enough production values, with videos showcasing how to play the game with real people, and then basic graphics showing scoring or progress. Though these were often after the game was won, making it more of a review than actual gameplay. It's odd though, the explanations vary wildly, often causing more confusion than it's worth the effort to play, and honestly some of the people they picked were pretty weird. Having these videos play every time, and also auto-launch after a few seconds on the game icon, is a very frustrating design choice. Clicking out also takes a few button clicks, which is pretty annoying, though overall it's a very bright and colourful game. Even the sound is curious, kicking off with high-tempo, upbeat music in the intro video. It's not bad, but the footage is a little cringy. It does feel like a lot of effort has gone into the music for each minigame, for instance with the whistling tune for milking the cows or the twinkling of the mobile for rocking the baby. They're pretty good. The gameplay sounds themselves are faultless, I particularly like the aggressive mooing of the cows. These all fit and show pretty high production values as you'd expect from a Nintendo game. The worst though was the crying baby, which grates incredibly quickly, and back-to-back rounds of this is enough to turn off the game. Depending on who you're playing with, the competitive element is a decent enough hook. The games are super short, which can feel a bit empty, but on the flip side means jumping back in for another round to one-up your opponent is very quick. As long as you're playing one of the good minigames, that is. Chasing a quicker time in this is basically local competitive speedrunning, which I highly approve of. There are a few times we'd actually go after these. Having this linked to an actual player or account would have been nice. The worst competitive game for me was table tennis. It's completely pointless without the table and a proper visual element of the ball moving. I ridiculously won on foul shots, which completely takes away from the competitive element. Looking back, this game did what it needed to do at launch, get the Joy-Cons in the player's hands and showcase most of the Switch's functionality. It does this for better and worse. HD Rumble is a standout with ball count. Rotating the Joy-Con and feeling the vibrations of balls inside a box works incredibly well. Save Crack showcases this as well, rotating until you feel a rumble of a lock clicking, and we replayed this one multiple times. It's one of the few games to use the IR sensor during eating contest, videoing your mouth movements. But for many it's just the movement, and these can be easily duped, such as quick draw, lifting your gun in a shootout, or copy dance, just holding the Joy-Con at the right angle is good enough. It's a pretty mixed bag overall. I've only just played this game 8 years after it launched, and know it's highly unlikely I will be coming back to this again anytime soon. Something like 51 worldwide games has far more depth and longevity for players. Depending whether you're bringing this out at parties, for people who have never played this before, you'll probably be done in a couple of hours. Beyond selecting individual games, there is the shuffle mode that just randomly selects a game for you, or the team battle mode. This allows up to 20 people to compete on one of 2 teams and race across a simple board of minigames. Beat a game and then you spin a wheel to see how many spaces you move. It's not that bad, pretty basic, but a little bit more interesting than just playing the games alone. It's weirdly hidden away and not explained how it works as well, which is pretty strange. 1-2-Switch was produced by Nintendo Entertainment Planning and Development, or EPD, which was formed in a merger of two studios back in 2015. This is formed of a large group of subdivisions, of which Production Group 4 made 1-2-Switch. Headed by the legendary Koichi Kawamoto, this developer group is known for making more experimental titles for Nintendo, including Labo, Ring Fit Adventures, and Nintendo Switch Sports. The title sits at 55 on OpenCritic and was nominated for Control Design, 2D or 3D, and Game Music and Performance Based at the National Academy of Video Game Trade Reviewers Awards in 2017. It has gone on to sell 3.74 million copies, which is massive for such a small title. It surprisingly outsold the excellent Metroid Dread and Pikmin 4. Typically, I'm a pretty positive person when it comes to games. They take a lot of time and effort to make. Usually there is some good stuff in there, either to create enough fun for most players or something to build off in future. It's hard with 1-2-Switch. The joy of some of the minigames is fleeting, mainly given way to boredom and frustration. It's not like this was even used to make a better game in the sequel Everybody 1-2-Switch. Some minigames are great. I'm a big fan of save cracking. Online leaderboards for scores and times could have been a fun addition and a little replayability. It's notable the times on speedrun.com only have 10 or so players. It's a rare mishit for Nintendo's first party lineup, and definitely one that could be overlooked unless borrowing it from a friend for an evening. It really should have been a pack on the console like Astro's Playroom. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for weekly Nintendo Switch video game essays and comment below if you've actually played this game. Now, let's see if I can get into the top 10 leaderboard on Safecrack.